Good afternoon, Quasar Marcus Live. Peter Thomas. I'm gonna call you Mr. Metals because you've been nailing this sucker, man. Thanks for time today. What's everybody doing, Peter? Are they back to buying gold and silver again?
Palms in, my friend. As we say on the trading floor, it's the blue side of the card, and they are bid, and it's amazing the veracity, and a lot of it, Steve. A lot of people are looking at gold and they're saying, "I'm going to buy a little less, but I'm still buying some," and they're just as hungry for silver again. We're pretty much sold out of all our silver that we got our allotment on Tuesday.
Now, Peter, you and I have been friends for many, many years now, and I'm going to push back a little bit. At 121, silver just seemed crazy, Pete. I mean, I had to short it, and I did, and I crushed it. Pete, at 65, we knew that there was a nice run here, so I did it again. Went long. Then it ran up again, and I shorted it, and now I'm not playing it at all.
Good.
I've been asked over the last few days, what is it that I should be buying? Should I be buying gold and silver? Should I be buying Bitcoin? Should I be buying stock? And people are just, it's chaotic, Pete. So talk to us a little bit about what people should be actually doing.
All right. Remember, my lane is metals. That's where we're going to stay. And Steve, you played it like a pro, which you are, and, with a little guidance from me, and we all did very well. Now, our people are not here to trade. Our people are here to accumulate and at levels which are advantageous. As we talked about, 68 to 75 is a very strong level to step in. And I think remember, I'm addressing silver, and I still believe that nothing has changed between 121 and 65. The only thing that changed was somebody raised the margin so high nobody could trade, and people started to get out. Bitcoin collapsed, so people took their profits to either meet margin call or just to step away from the market. So we had the dynamics change, but we didn't have the underlying change, Steve. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and when I look at it for myself, I mean, I don't like buying gold and silver derivatives. I don't like buying all those future products because while I love the future side of things, I do. It just seems that right now that the nonsense right now is nonsense, right? And people are just, the derivatives, as Warren Buffett called it, weapons of mass destruction. I like buying gold and silver just to have it in my portfolio. Ray Dalio says 10%, right? So
and last time I talked with Ray was when he was on, when we did the Federal Reserve Roundtable for Bloomberg, he was talking about 20. So, it's certainly possible that people have been adding larger amounts when we start to see these astronomical prices in other stocks and markets,
Yeah, and I love it. Okay, so let's talk about that. The majority in the past, you and I have been talking about who has been buying. You said governments obviously have been accumulating.
Yes.
You said major institutions have been buying it, and corporations, and just people that love gold and silver. Are they still buying at the same levels? Are they buying more or less? What's going on?
Well, let's. The numbers came out last night, so we got the 2025 central bank recap, which, as you know, I follow very closely. It's about the same, Steve, as a year ago, and I was kind of surprised. I mean, it looked like nothing. Oh, okay, they bought the same amount. At $5,000, they bought the same amount. I mean, we're seeing big players still consuming regularly. Now, the question, Steve, that we need to address is, are they going to continue backing their currencies with hard assets, which is what has been happening globally, or are they going to be satiated at 20%? That's the big number.
Okay, so how are they accumulating it now? Were they just sending major cash piles? I'm looking at the dollar right now, 97.61.
It's good all of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah, it's changed the game plan around a little bit. I'm looking at the euro. I'm looking at 118. I'm looking at once again 157 on the yen. Are
Yep.
foreign countries stocking it up again? Are they buying gold again?
Well, here's the thing. They never really stopped. That's the issue. It's just been 2 tons here. Poland picks up 4 tons here. Azerbaijan picks up a ton here. And we see that constant, or I see it constantly. And they're always bid. There's always somebody stepping up to the table wanting a metric ton here, a metric ton there. So to answer you directly, it's never stopped. And the price doesn't seem to matter. They want it in the vault. And the important thing today is, if the dollar is going to continue to rally and I have a weakening currency, if I'm holding yuan, if I'm holding yen, whatever I'm holding, I can take my depreciating asset and buy an asset that's either strong or elevating. Where am I going to go, Steve?
Yeah, Steve Flanagan earlier this morning was saying, when we look back on this 5 years from now in the future, and we look back on this, and we're going to look back at this, this was history being made. This sell-off that we saw, yeah, and this craziness in the silver. And I think we'll see it. We still talk about the Hunt brothers and you.
Sure.
Look, we still talk about those days, right? And that's been over 40 years ago. So when I look at the markets in general, I had to think about the history and are we living through it? So before I let you go, Pete, I got to ask one last question. This Sunday is the big football game. We got Seattle versus New England. Who's going to win this game?
Seattle's going home with the bacon, baby. That's how I'm looking at it right now. And also, as a sidebar, everyone, Steve and I talk to tens of millions of people every year. And I feel that we have an obligation with that platform. Steve did a great show and addressed veteran suicide, gun violence suicide. It's a very important show. Thank you for doing it, Steve. It was good.
You know, it's funny, Pete, when I do a lot of shows and I do a lot of TV and I do a lot of, I'm getting ready to do Schwab here soon. You know, I was asked, you know, why gun violence? Why, you know, stay away from guns. Don't talk about it. And I'm like, but that's exactly what the problem is, Pete, that the noise is too loud. And that's what we're doing at Quasar Markets. So what I want to do is filter the noise, get down to the root of problems and solve it. If we understood each other's a little bit clearer, less chaos, a little bit more news and more understanding of why people are thinking the way they are, we might not have the same problems that we have and be better investors. And of course, as I always say, better people. So I'm super excited. Pete, I really appreciate that. That was kind words of you.
Yeah, no, it was very important. And I think everyone needs to know that you're important and that just that little hesitation is all it takes. Stay with us.
I appreciate that, Pete. That was really kind of you. All right, for those of the Quasar Markets Live, we'll see you right back here. And of course, Pete, I'll see you here again.
Thank you for having me, Steve. Always a pleasure.